meant so that you all become disciplined about doing your regular work. Okay, see, please try and understand, when we have an exam, when we have a homework to show, we will sit back and we will study. If we don't have all these things, we wouldn't be studying. This is how our system has been working since years of our studying. Okay, so please do your homework, please study well for your exams. Kumudi, you have not shown me your work. Kumudi, are you there? No, she's not there. Okay, who are the new students today? Ahad is new. Ashok. uh, Priya. Yes. Okay. So welcome to all the new joinees. Okay. And at many moment of time, if you think you have not understood as I'm going with the chapter, please unmute yourselves and let me know. Okay. Or you can send a message in the chat box. Okay. This is one. Secondly, okay, we are starting with proteins. Okay, we're starting with amino acids and proteins today. Okay, so that's like a fresh topic in biomolecules. Okay, so we have our previous videos, okay, on the same chapter, like biomolecules, whatever I had done earlier. Videos are available. You can go through them. If you have any difficulties, you can still send a message to me through WhatsApp and I would get back to you. Okay, and yes, there was a query in your Saturday's paper. Okay. Anybody scoring 355?
Yes, ma'am.
Karan,
Yes, ma'am.
कितना 355?
मैम वो लिंकर्स वाला एक क्वेश्चन है, वो छोड़ के 350 हो रहा है.
Okay, वो छोड़ के 350 हो रहा है. वो पकड़ेंगे तो 355 हो जाता. Okay, we
Yes,
have,
ma'am.
yeah, who else? Yes. Priyanka, you would have to read the question paper, beta. I don't have the question paper. Yes, Kaveri. Who's first go? Priyanka, please put your question first. Unmute yourself and do it fast. I really appreciate it's from the textbook. Okay. So can we take it at the end of the session, Priyanka? Kaveri, you had a question, na?
Okay, ma'am.
Kaveri, please put your question. Yes, you can speak in Marathi. Please tell me.
मॅम मी व्हॉट्सअपला सेंड केला होता.
I'll just check. Okay, please note in that question. Okay, in cilia. Okay, what is it that connects the peripheral doublets? Answer could be interdoublet bridges also, and it could be linkers also. Okay, so it's okay. Not nothing to worry much about. Okay, you can mentally count for yourself +5. Okay, so let's start. Before we start, okay, a small understanding. Amino acids, I had already explained to you the bonds. Okay, so उसी bonds के basis पे मैं एक छोटा सा explanation देती हूँ, and then we will go in the words of the textbook. Okay, so we have amino acids 1, we have amino acid 2. Okay, so these two amino acids, okay, amino acid 1 and amino acid 2 is joined by a peptide bond. Okay, it is joined by a peptide bond. तो पहले ये समझ लीजिए, there are two molecules. Okay, so they are joined by a peptide bond. ठीक है, so like this we're going to have many of them. Okay, A3, A1, A4, A5. Okay, ऐसे बहुत सारे होंगे. So this becomes a long chain of amino acids which is called as polypeptide. Okay, ये हो गया. Now listen, when you look at this two, A1 and A2 join together. Okay, ये लिख लीजिए क्योंकि ये नहीं दिया हुआ है. A1 and A2 which is joined together, that is amino acid 1 and amino acid 2, when it is joined together, it is called as dipeptide. Okay, it is called as dipeptide. Next, when we have A1, A2, and A3, it will be called as tripeptide. Okay, and then when you have A1, A2, A3, A1 again, okay, it will be called as tetrapeptide. Okay, तो ऐसे बहुत सारे अमीनो एसिड्स जब एक साथ आ जाते हैं, it is called as polypeptide. ठीक है, इसको जल्दी से कॉपी कर लीजिए from your textbooks. Okay, line by line. This is done.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am, wait.
I'm sorry. Okay. Next. Okay, what are amino acids? Okay. So first understanding is that these are organic compounds, and since these are organic compounds, they will be made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Okay, basic elements, and along with them we will also have nitrogen. Okay, compulsory nitrogen bhi rahega, and sometimes some of the amino acids can also have sulfur in them. Okay. Next, this compound, that is amino and acids, okay, it has two parts. One is the amine part and second is the carboxylic acid part. Okay, तो यही से सबसे पहले है ये वाला understanding. Okay, when you think of amino and acid, okay, it has two parts, the amine part and the carboxylic acid part. Okay, so please imagine a methane molecule. Okay, this is a methane molecule. अब हमने क्या किया हुआ है, you replace this hydrogen with NH2. Okay, we have replaced this hydrogen with C double bond OH. This is the carboxylic acid part, and this is the amine part. Okay, one hydrogen remains as it is, and this hydrogen could remain as hydrogen, or it could be replaced by a alkyl. Now we saw that how we have formed an amino acid from methane. So that is why amino acids are also called as substituted methanes. Okay, they are also called as substituted methanes. Okay, and ये वाला जो center carbon होता है, okay, ये this carbon, what is this carbon called? Okay, this carbon is called as alpha carbon. Okay, so it is the carbon where the C double bond OH group is attached. Okay, so please copy this. Okay, this is the structure of amino acid. This is a general structure of amino acid. Now, depending upon the R group, okay, that is the alkyl group. Okay, this alkyl group could be variable, and depending upon this variable group, okay, will determine or will depend, okay, the amino acid. ठीक है, so पहले ये कर लीजिए, फिर हम different जो basic amino acids हमको पढ़ने हैं वो हम ले लेते हैं. Okay, just a minute, huh? There was some new student. Yogini.
Yes, ma'am.
At any point of time you don't understand anything, please unmute yourself and ask me, or we can put a message in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
students,
thank
please
you.
copy this. Yes, please copy this.
Ma'am, I can't see the board.
Sorry, beta.
I can't see anything.
Who is it?
Now it's okay, ma'am. Sorry, sir.
Done, beta? Gayatri, you want to ask something?
No, ma'am.
See, when you raise your hands, na, so until unless I don't drop the hand, I will keep seeing it again and again. Okay. Everybody done?
Yes, ma'am.
Next. Okay. So we'll just take up. Okay, we'll just take up the structure. Okay. First important thing is for us to understand. Okay. कि ये हमेशा constant रहेगा. Okay. In the amino acid, the amine group, one amine group and one carboxylic acid group will always be constant and one hydrogen will always be constant. Okay. If over here again you have a hydrogen over here, what is the name of this amino acid? This is glycine. Okay, this is glycine. Okay, now we have to learn three structures. We have to learn structures of three amino acids, that is glycine, alanine and serine. Okay, glycine, alanine and serine. So I remember it. मुझे ना gas का structure याद रखना है and amino acids. Okay, so this is glycine. If you look over here, आपको ये पता है polarity पता है? Optical isomerism पता है आप लोगों को?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so think and tell me what is this kind of a compound? Is this compound optically active or this is optically inactive?
Optically inactive.
Correct. Okay, this molecule is optically inactive. Okay, now what do you mean by this? Okay, what is an optically active compound? Optically active compound, okay, will have a carbon in the center and it's going to have four different groups attached. So over here, since it is only hydrogen and there's already a hydrogen, this becomes an optically inactive compound. So this is also one of the most potential question, though it is not mentioned anywhere in biology, but since you'll be studying this in chemistry, we will study it here only, okay? This is an optically inactive compound, but remaining all other amino acids are optically active compounds, okay? Remaining all other amino acids are optically active compounds, okay? This is one. And since this is hydrogen, we know that every other amino acid will have this and this, okay? Only this H or R is variable. So glycine becomes the smallest amino acid. Okay, glycine becomes the smallest amino acid. So actually the order is going to be like this only. Glycine is the most smallest, then alanine, and then serine. Okay, so I'll write down the names. Glycine, alanine, and serine. Okay, so पहले इसका structure copy कर लीजिए फटाक से, fast. I'll just draw the structure of alanine. This group is called as hydroxymethyl. Okay, and this is serine. And this group is called as methyl. Okay, please copy these three structures. You have to learn these three structures. They're a part of your syllabus. Students, जो भी मैं homework बोलती हूँ आप लोगों के लिए, that is meant for you people only. Okay, and it's going to serve you. It's going to help you. So please do your homework sincerely.
Done, ma'am.
next is, okay, done. Next understanding is, okay, our textbook says, okay, please move to your textbooks, page number 143. Okay, the first paragraph which is given, I've already done with this. Okay, next, please note the last line. Okay, on page number 143, the last line. Okay, based on the nature of R group, there are many amino acids. However, those which occur in proteins are only of 20 types. Okay, now please note this. Okay, that in nature, okay, in nature, we have somewhere around 150 amino acids. Okay, in nature, we have 150 amino acids, but out of those 150 amino acids, only 20 amino acids are used in protein synthesis in our body. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ 20 amino acids ही है. No. There are many amino acids, but out of which only 20 take part in protein synthesis. Please remember this number. This will also help you in molecular basis of inheritance. Okay, next. So now I just want to give you 2 examples, okay, from your syllabus, okay, of 2 amino acids which are amino acids, but they do not take part in protein synthesis. Okay, and they are, have you heard of ornithine? Citrulline. Have you heard of these 2 words?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where have you heard this, ornithine and citrulline?
Ornithine cycle.
What is that ornithine cycle? So this is a request to all of you. एक चीज से लेकर कुछ भी पता है ना, पूरा बोल दीजिए. Okay, ornithine cycle. Then I'll ask who identified, then you'll say the answer. Where? नहीं, एक ही लाइन में सब पूरा बोल दीजिए. Okay, tell me, what is ornithine?
Ornithine cycle is the process of urea synthesis.
Okay, very good. Okay, ornithine and citrulline, both this amino acids. Okay, they are amino acids which do not take part in protein synthesis. Okay, protein synthesis में वो कभी नहीं होंगे, but they are still, okay, they will never be a part of protein synthesis. Okay, but they are amino acids. Okay, they are amino acids. Now what are they? They are used in urea synthesis, and urea synthesis occurs in the liver. Okay, urea synthesis occurs in the liver, but urea is excreted. Urea is excreted by the kidney. Please write this on the top of the page so that you know. Okay, urea is synthesized in the liver, but it is excreted by the kidney. Okay. Next. Okay, done.
No, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the molecule. This is a general formula or general structure of amino acids. Now please see what I do. I am taking out this hydrogen from here. Okay. So when you lose a hydrogen, this oxygen is going to acquire a negative charge, and that hydrogen will go and settle over here. And therefore, this nitrogen will carry a positive charge. Okay. So when you have a molecule like this, which carries both a negative charge as well as a positive charge, what is it called?
Zwitterion.
It's called a zwitterion. Okay. Now, amino acids are such, okay, amino acids are such that when it is acidic pH, whenever they are in any kind of a solution या किसी medium में है which is acidic in nature, then amino acids will behave like a base. Okay, will behave like a base. And when they are in a basic pH or alkaline pH, then the amino acid will behave like a acid. Okay, please note this. They have given the structure, okay, of the Zwitter ion. Please note that. Next, please copy this fast.
Done, ma'am.
Next, okay. Sometimes ये ना ये बहुत बेसिक है, okay, in an amino acid. सबसे बेसिक क्या होता है that एक अमाइन ग्रुप हो और एक एसिडिक ग्रुप हो, ओके, एक अमाइन ग्रुप हो और एक एसिडिक ग्रुप हो. बट समटाइम्स, ओके, जैसे ये R है ना यहाँ पे, इस R ग्रुप में ही, ओके, इस R ग्रुप में ही यू कैन हैव अ NH2. यहाँ पे नहीं होगा कहीं पे, ओके. ये जो R ग्रुप है, इस R ग्रुप के साथ में ही एक NH2 ग्रुप हो सकता है, या फिर यहाँ पे एक कार्बोक्सिलिक ग्रुप हो सकता है, ओके. So if there is an extra carboxylic acid group, you will call them as acidic amino acids. And if there is an extra NH2 group, you will call them as basic amino acids. ये समझ में आ गया आपको? ये तो compulsory रहेगा. This will be always there. But besides this, in the R group, okay, if you have a NH2 group, then it is called as basic amino acids. And if you have a carboxylic acid group, then it is called as acidic amino acids. Okay. And sometimes you can have over here, okay, an aromatic ring. ये जो compound है, the compound is aromatic in nature. Okay, then those are called as aromatic amino acids. Okay, so we'll just take a look at them. Acidic amino acids. Okay, please copy. Acidic amino acids will have an extra carboxylic acid in its R group. Okay, so they are glutamic acid and aspartic acid. Basic amino acids are histidine, arginine, and lysine. And aromatic amino acids are tryptophan, phenylalanine, and tyrosine. Okay, now listen. I've written over here HAL. Okay, just remember it like this. Basic amino acids are HAL, that is histidine, arginine, and lysine. You will also remember one more thing with respect to this. Okay, और एक चीज मैं बता दूं, that is histone proteins. हम पढ़ते हैं histone proteins. Okay, histone proteins are rich in basic amino acids, and those basic amino acids are arginine and lysine. Okay, तो मैं HAL के लिए मेरे पास दो चीजें हैं. एक तो है the basic amino acids are HAL, histidine, arginine, and lysine, and HAL का और एक मतलब होता है, मतलब मेरे लिए, okay, that is histone proteins are made up of two basic amino acids. More of these two basic amino acids It is arginine and lysine. ठीक है? Please इसे जल्दी से copy कर लीजिए. And one more thing we have to study, okay? This is a part of your mineral nutrition chapter. Sulfur containing amino acids. Okay, sulfur containing amino acids are methionine and cysteine. Okay. Anybody remembers anything with respect to methionine? It's the most famous amino acid. Why? Methionine is the most famous amino acid. Why? Yes. Just a minute.
There's only one codon coding for it.
Okay. Anything else? एक second, huh? I'm just taking a note of the attendance. Okay. In your hnRNA, when the hnRNA is formed, okay, which is the first what is the first codon?
AUG,
And what does AUG code for?
methionine.
Meat. चलिए जल्दी से कॉपी कर लीजिए and then we'll take up one more topic. It's not there in your NCERT, but it's important. That is essential and non-essential amino acids. Done. Done, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Next is essential and non-essential amino acids. Okay. किसी भी substance, most of the substances, okay, will exist and will be classified as essential and non-essential. Okay. So just a general understanding of these two words. Essential means that it cannot be synthesized by the body. Okay. So when we're talking about essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. Okay. Essential amino acids, they are not synthesized by the body. And since they are not synthesized by the body, they have to be present in the diet. Okay, they have to be present in the diet. Now, according to Truman, there are 7 essential amino acids. Okay, there are 7 essential amino acids, and they are methionine, valine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, right? Phenylalanine. So these are the 7. Okay, but then your tuition textbook has mentioned 10 of them. Okay, उसमें से दो जो है they will be counted as semi-essential amino acids. Okay, so these are the 7 that you have to know. And non-essential amino acids are they are synthesized by the body. Okay? I will just like to you all to focus on these two words, synthesized by the body. Okay, this is not synthesized by the body, this is synthesized by the body. Okay, they are synthesized by the body, so if they are not present in the diet, that's fine. Okay, this is very, very important, and they're total 13 in number. Okay, they're total 13 in number. Okay, now as you copy this, please listen to me. Okay, with this word synthesize, okay, we understand something. Okay, that we have a mechanism in our body, okay, of definite, making something that is very, very important to us. Okay, so we have metabolic pathways. Okay, so from that one metabolic pathway, I just want you to understand. Okay, for example, I have something A, मेरे पास एक substrate है, organic compound है A, and maybe I have B. Okay, maybe I have B. Okay, I can form a compound which is AB. Okay, kabhi compound AB is not formed. Okay, but we can also have a compound C, a totally different compound. Okay, or we can have a compound A. This compound A loses something. Okay, matlab minus हो रहा है कुछ. Okay, so I have to write over here plus. It will lose something, and I'm going to get a compound D. Okay, so मुझे A से मिला D, और कुछ निकल गया यहाँ से, so I will mention it as E. Okay, it can so happen that A, okay, combines with B, and we get C. Okay, plus एक कुछ compound निकल गया है F. So if you see over here, this compounds, okay, we have an ability to form different compounds in our body. Okay, and all those, पहले तो समझना है कि हमारे बॉडी के अंदर हम कुछ बना सकते हैं. इट इज नॉट कि हम बस whatever is present in our body is from an external source. Okay, our body has the capacity, okay, to turn the compounds. Okay, let's say for example compound A to compound C, or compound AB, or compound D. Okay, so there are different reactions occurring in our body. But definitely for this we will require A, B, है ना, हमको ये चाहिए. We will require this basic जहाँ से हम शुरू करते हैं, वो raw material तो हमको चाहिए. And because we cannot do photosynthesis, हमको वो raw material चाहिए. That raw material is some source of carbon. So that is why it is your carbohydrates. Okay, the proteins, the lipids that you have. Okay, so please understand this. ये हमेशा अपने दिमाग में रखिए, that we are capable of synthesizing certain compounds. Okay, I'll just give you this one more example. Do you eat proteins every day?
Yes.
Yes. अब सबके घर में एक एक प्लांट तो होगा ना, है ना, एक एक प्लांट तो सबके घर में कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा. सो डू यू गिव इट प्रोटीन्स आल्सो एवरी डे? उसका भी प्रोटीन का डाइट चार्ट होता है ना, तो उसको भी उसके प्रोटीन्स आप दे देते हो? देते हो या नहीं देते हो?
No, ma'am.
नहीं, क्यों? अरे उसे भी तो मिल्क देना चाहिए, एग देना चाहिए, फिर पनीर देना चाहिए, सोयाबीन देना चाहिए. वो कैसे बढ़ेगा वरना?
Synthesis. Photosynthesis.
अरे फोटोसिंथेसिस से तो सिर्फ स्टार्च बनता है.
Soil has the minerals in it.
Soil has the minerals, वो तो इनऑर्गेनिक है. मैं तो प्रोटीन्स के बारे में बोल रही हूँ. प्रोटीन इज एन ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड.
उसके डीएनए से
डीएनए से? उसके पास डीएनए कहाँ से आएगा? डीएनए के लिए तो न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स चाहिए ना. हमारे अंदर जब डीएनए बनता है, तो हम तो न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स खा रहे हैं ना. वो तो न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स खा नहीं रहा है, तो वहां उसके पास कहाँ से आएगा?
Fertilizer.
फर्टिलाइजिंग क्या है ये? फर्टिलाइजर.
Yeah, nitrogen fertilizer.
तो आप तो उसमें नाइट्रोजन डाल रहे हो ना?
Ma'am, it synthesizes from that.
Very good. Okay, it synthesizes from that. So please try and understand. जैसे मुझे न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स चाहिए मेरा डीएनए आरएनए बनाने के लिए. My cells are doing cell division. So all that is going to come from the food that we eat. Animals के साथ heterotrophic mode of nutrition. But जो plants होते हैं ना हम उनको कभी proteins देते हैं ना हम उनको lipids देते हैं ना हमको we don't give them anything except for water and whatever minerals inorganic matter is present in the soil. Okay, but they have those kind of metabolic pathways. You just understand, how highly evolved they are. They cannot move from here and there, but at a basic level kitne evolved hai wo log. Okay, the plants, that they can do everything. They have the metabolic pathways to make everything for themselves. The only thing that they need is sunlight, source of carbon dioxide, source of hydrogen, that is water, okay, and chlorophyll. So I personally believe that chlorophyll is the most magical molecule in the entire universe. Okay, the most magical molecule. Okay, please you all also start doing start feeling all these things so that you will also start falling in love with botany. Okay, that's it. चलो जल्दी से कॉपी कर लीजिए and then we'll move on. Okay, done. So please note we are done with this paragraph on page number 143 and 144. Okay, please look at these three structures. This is also done. तो ये हमारा पूरा पेज हो गया अभी. Okay, next we are moving on to proteins. Okay, so we know that when this amino acids, okay, the different amino acids, when they combine, okay, or when they are joined by the peptide bonds, they're going to form proteins. Okay, or they're going to form the polypeptides. ये भी मैंने आपको बता दिया है. Okay, next. Okay, now thing can tell me is मैंने homopolymer heteropolymer भी समझाया था. So now thing can tell me is protein a homopolymer or a heteropolymer?
Homopolymer.
heteropolymer.
It's a heteropolymer.
Heteropolymer.
हाँ, it is a heteropolymer. मैंने समझाया ना, A1 है, फिर उसके बाद A2 है, फिर उसके बाद A3, and then you can again have A1 and A5 and A4 and A6. कुछ भी हो सकता है. So it's a heteropolymer. Okay. So please note that this is a heteropolymer that you are studying. Okay. Next. उसके बाद हमें है okay the function. Let me start taking up the functions of polymers. Okay. We know that proteins are the building blocks of our life. Okay, they're the building blocks of our life. And some of the proteins that they mention in your textbook, we'll first take them up. Okay, in line. ये वाला जो टेबल है, हम ये वाला टेबल पहले कर लेते हैं. Okay, and just a little more additions that I would do to it. Okay, collagen. सबसे पहले है we've taken collagen. Okay, so collagen is a structural protein. Collagen is a structural protein. Now, where is this collagen present? If you have heard of connective tissue, okay, like for example, we have the areolar connective tissue, okay, and connective tissue is present like everywhere in the body, okay. Areolar connective tissue है, थोड़ा सा adipose connective tissue है, okay, then you have dense connective tissue, loose connective tissue, है ना. So connective tissue का जो ground material होता है, the matrix होता है, उस matrix के अंदर you are going to have collagen fibers, okay. उसी के साथ में पेज नंबर 148 में, okay, this is very important, these two lines, okay, I had already mentioned it also. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the animal world. Please mark this. Okay, collagen is the most abundant protein in the animal world, and Rubisco is the most abundant protein in the entire biosphere. Rubisco कहाँ use होता है? Yes, students, Rubisco कहाँ use होता है?
C3.
C3. क्यों C4 में use नहीं होता है?
both C3 and C4.
मुझे नहीं पता, मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ C3 की C4.
Both C3 and C4.
साइकिल की क्लास Yes, cycle of plants. Yes, please tell me. Rubisco is a part of your C3 cycle only. Okay.
Kelvin cycle.
Yes, Kelvin cycle. Okay, it's a part of your C3 cycle only. And C3 cycle takes place in C3 and C4 plants. ये प्लीज इस डिफरेंस को समझ लीजिए. ओके, जो C4 प्लांट्स होते हैं, C4 प्लांट्स के अंदर C4 साइकिल भी होता है प्लस C3 साइकिल भी होता है. ओके, तो Rubisco is involved in C3 cycle only, and C3 cycle occurs in C3 as well as in C4 plants. Okay, next, ये हो गया आपका फर्स्ट वाला. Okay, second I would take up is enzymes. Okay, most of the enzymes that you're going to study, okay, almost all of the enzymes are proteins. Okay, आप जितने भी enzymes पढ़ोगे, whether it is in the plant world or animal world, respiration वाले, DNA replication वाले, translation, transcription, okay, digestion के लिए, all those enzymes that you study are proteins. Okay, so just one example that I've given in your textbook is trypsin. You can add anything and everything. Okay, trypsin. Then what else you have? Chymotrypsin. Okay, so these are all enzymes are. Okay, this is the second part to it.
मैम
हाँ?
excuse
Yes, बोलिए बेटा.
मैम अगर क्वेश्चन में आया C3 only and C3 and C4 तो which option we have to mark?
बेटा क्वेश्चन आपको थोड़ा सा रीड करना पड़ेगा, whether they are asking about the cycle or they are asking plants.
Okay.
Okay, तो अगर cycle पूछा है, then it is only going to be C3 cycle. If it is asked Rubisco is present in which plants? C3 plants, C4 plants, both the plants, okay, or none of them. So they are present in both the plants. Okay,
Okay,
but it
ma'am.
is
Thank you.
the next is antibodies. Okay, next is antibodies. Who produces antibodies? Okay, antibodies which are produced by B lymphocytes, which will serve as defense. Okay, next is your respiratory proteins. Is your hemoglobin, myoglobin, next is your hormones. Some hormones, huh? Some hormones are proteins. Okay. Example is insulin. Example is insulin. Next is some of them are receptors. हमने cell chapter में पढ़ा था, which are present on the outer surface of the cell. Okay, outer surface of the cell membrane. Okay. And there is one more. Okay, we've taken up everything. There is just one more. Okay, that is GLUT4. Okay, so if you open the textbook and read, okay, what is the function of GLUT4? What is GLUT4, students? GLUT4, please look in the table in that same table that we were in. GLUT4 is an insulin. Okay, it enables glucose transport into the cells. Okay, it regulates or enables glucose transport into the cells. Please write down this one more line. Please write it down. GLUT4 is an insulin regulated glucose transporter found primarily in adipose tissues and striated muscles. Found primarily in adipose tissues and striated muscles. Okay, इसका मतलब क्या है? So whenever you have adipose tissue or striated muscles, okay, for example, this is the cell. Okay, so the GLUT4 is going to be present over here. Okay, insulin has come over here. Okay, insulin आ गया यहाँ पे. Insulin regulated है वो. Okay, so this is insulin, huh? And this is the molecule of glucose. Okay, so it's insulin regulated. मतलब जब insulin आ जाएगा, this GLUT4 is going to open up and it's going to allow this glucose molecule to enter into the cells. Okay, so basically your GLUT4 behaves like a lock. Okay, insulin behaves like the key. Open हो गया. Okay, open हो गया. And imagine I am the glucose molecule. So I have entered now. समझ में आ गया? Please remember this, we're going to study lock and key mechanism for enzymes, okay? So most of the things, in our systems work on this concept of lock and key mechanism. Okay, please copy this first. Once you're done, please tell me.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So all of you just please think, thoda sa and just imagine, would it be fine if we stopped eating proteins in our diet? Is it fine if we stop eating proteins in our diet?
No.
No. So sometimes it's okay if you don't have carbohydrates. Okay, sometimes, because you have some stores of glycogen in your body. But we need to continuously supplement our body with proteins. Okay, but one thing is that we cannot store proteins in our body. Yes, definitely we have muscles, where these proteins are present. But if we don't continuously supply our body with proteins, our muscles will start, losing. So that's called as muscle wasting. Okay? Yeah, muscle wasting. Okay? Do we need to have lipids in our diet? Is it necessary to have lipids in our diet?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, very very much it is necessary, है ना? क्योंकि आपका हर चीज को लेकर ना आप अपनी सेल पे चले जाओ. Okay, with respect to every biomolecule, move to your cell and you will understand how important is that structure. For example, we need to have lipids in our diet. If we don't have lipids in our diet, every time that a cell needs to regenerate, cell needs to divide, अगर लिपिड नहीं है तो सेल मेम्ब्रेन कैसे बनेंगे, है ना? सेल मेम्ब्रेन्स नहीं बनेंगे, ऑर्गेनेली के अंदर के जो मेम्ब्रेन्स है वो नहीं बनेंगे, प्रोटीन्स नहीं होंगे डाइट में. Just imagine karo, nowadays you have this a lot of ads coming on the TV, protein X powder khao, it's going to build up your immunity because proteins are required for building up of immunity. Why? Because those proteins will go and help in making your antibodies. Okay, we need to have good amount of proteins, okay, so that we can make hemoglobin nicely. If we don't make hemoglobin in our body, we're going to suffer from anemia. Okay, and anemia as such, हमको न कभी नजर ही नहीं आता. मतलब, people are, it happens with students also. Okay, it happens with students also. Many people don't eat leafy vegetables. Okay, leafy vegetables बहुत सारा खाना नहीं खाते हैं, because of diet conscious ले लो या पता नहीं क्या, improper knowledge हम जैसे बोलते हैं. And students will complain, ma'am, I cannot remember. Ma'am, I cannot remember. This is one thing. एक है, you cannot remember because you have not studied. Okay, this is the most commonest thing. You cannot remember because you have not studied. But if you have sincerely studied, genuinely अपनी study किया है 3-4 बार 5-6 बार आपने किया हुआ है, फिर भी याद नहीं आ रहा है, just go talk to your teachers. Maybe there is some way of remembering it. फिर भी वो करने के बाद भी याद नहीं हो रहा, you need to check your hemoglobin levels, because when children are less in hemoglobin, they cannot memorize properly. There's a lack, over here. Okay, so that is also one important thing. So you need to have good hemoglobin, good antibodies. Okay, and definitely you need to have all your enzymes working properly. Okay, so अगर enzymes work properly कब बनेंगे, जब वो enzymes बनेंगे, and to make those enzymes we'll need to have proteins in our diet. Okay, so please understand, you know, you need to have proteins, good amount of proteins in our diet. Okay. Next, we are going on to the structure. This is one of the very important parts. Okay. That is structure of proteins. We are on 9.7. Okay, we are on 9.7. And this is very easy. There's nothing to complicate. Okay, very easy part है वो. Okay, so एक दो तीन लाइंस वहाँ पे वो पहले मार्क कर लीजिए. Okay, so first point over there is ये वाला. I'm on page number 149, 9.7 structure of proteins. Okay, to all the newcomers. Okay, हमने ना when we took this chapter we divided them into as carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids and proteins. Okay, and then proteins को हम last में लिया है because उसके बाद हम लोग enzymes करने वाले थे. Okay, तो carbohydrates, lipids और न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स हमारा हो गया और अभी हम प्रोटीन्स पूरा प्रोटीन्स एक साथ करें तो उसमें अमीनो एसिड्स आ जाएंगे, देन योर functions of proteins आ जाएंगे and this is the third part that is the structure of proteins. Okay, and then we will follow it up with enzymes. ठीक है, so now listen, वहाँ पे दो तीन लाइन से वो importantly mark कर लीजिए. Organic chemist always write a two-dimensional view of the molecule. Okay, तो organic chemist जो होते हैं they will always look at the two-dimensional view of the molecule. A physicist conjure up three-dimensional view of the molecular structure. The physicist three-dimensional structure. And when it comes to a biologist, the biologist will look at the four-dimensional view of the molecule. Okay, so ये तीनों का थोड़ा सा बस underline कर लीजिए, and then we will look at what is the structure. Okay, so with respect to proteins, okay, there is something called as a primary structure. Okay, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structure. So we'll first look at what is the meaning of the word primary structure. We just now understood that proteins are made up of amino acids. है ना? So this is amino acid 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And ऐसे करते करते we will have like let's say amino acid 60. Okay. So primary structure क्या बताता है हमको? A primary structure tells us what is the first amino acid, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Okay. So that is understood. Okay, that is this is please understand ना, ये हमारी understandings कर रहे हैं हम लोग. Okay, so the amino acid, okay, what are the amino acids and what is the position of the amino acids is understood by the primary structure. Okay, so this will tell us the number of amino acids and position of the amino acids. Next, and you will see over here that the amino acids are joined by peptide bonds. एक linear molecule है. Just to give you a little more better example. So, you know, when I look at my dupatta like this in a linear manner, okay, जैसे पूरा linear है देखो, है ना, पूरा linear है. So I can know what is the first amino acid, second amino acid, third amino acid, ऐसे करके, okay. पूरा linear जब है, so then that is called as the primary structure. Okay. Next, we will look at the structure at the level of its secondary structure. अब secondary structure में क्या होता है? See, please understand, molecules will never exist like this. Okay, just imagine करो, you know, your smallest protein, okay, सबसे smallest protein है वो है insulin, which consists of 51 amino acids. So just imagine करो यार 1 2 3 4 5 51 कितना बड़ा molecule बनेगा, है ना वो. But just imagine यार insulin हमारे अगर हमारी सेल को कंपेयर करें तो वो इंसुलिन कितना छोटा है या नहीं. If we consider our cell, okay, वो इंसुलिन बहुत ही छोटा है. हमारे सेल का साइज क्या होता है? यूकैरियोटिक टिपिकल यूकैरियोटिक साइज का सेल का साइज होता है अप्रोक्सीमेटली 10 to 20 माइक्रोन मीटर्स, है ना. सो उस कंपैरिजन में इंसुलिन इज एक्सट्रीमली वेरी स्मॉल. ओके, सो ऐसे अगर लीनियर में रहेगा वो बैठेगा ही नहीं. व्हाट हैपेंस इज ये जो लीनियर मॉलिक्यूल है, एक सेकंड, ओके, एक सेकंड, नेक्स्ट। ओके, नेक्स्ट। सो क्या हो जाता है, दिस लीनियर मॉलिक्यूल जो है वो ना जहाँ जहाँ पे उसको अवेलेबल होता है, ओके, wherever possible, like for example let's say over here this is the 5th amino acid, okay, and this is the 8th amino acid. So between the 5th and the 8th amino acid there is something, okay, there are some atoms which feel that they are there is some kind of an attractive force and they will start, they make a structure like this. Okay, next, ये होने के बाद ऐसा कुछ हो जाता है कि between the atom of the second amino acid and यहाँ पे कुछ, okay, there is some kind of molecular attraction, okay, तो फिर वो ऐसे हो जाएगा. तो at some places you can have pleats being formed. Pleats पता है ना आपको, okay, जैसे दुपट्टे के प्लीट्स होते हैं, साड़ी के प्लीट्स होते हैं, तो ऐसे प्लीट्स जैसे बन जाते हैं. okay, ये एक है. Second is, sometimes there can be some kind of molecular forces between the atoms, but then they can form, helixes. Okay, they can form helixes. So please keep this in mind. See, ये हो गया आपका helix. Okay, helix बनने के बाद, see देखो, helix बन रहा है वो, है ना? So ऐसे helix बन जाएंगे. Okay, so secondary structures में you have two structures being formed. Okay, it is either, it's called as the alpha helix or the beta pleat. ओके, अब ऐसा नहीं होता है कि एक प्रोटीन के अंदर सिर्फ अल्फा हेलिक्स होगा या एक प्रोटीन के अंदर सिर्फ बीटा प्लीटेड होगा, ऐसा नहीं है. यू कैन एट सम प्लेसेस यू कैन हैव अल्फा हेलिक्स, एट सम प्लेसेस यू कैन हैव बीटा प्लीटेड. ओके, वो तो डिपेंड करता है कि किस तरह के अमीनो एसिड्स हैं उनके अंदर एंड व्हाट आर द इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर फोर्सेस ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. ओके, ये हो गया. सो बेसिकली जब ये मॉलिक्यूल इफ आई जस्ट टेक इट, अगर ये मॉलिक्यूल इतना लंबा था, ओके, मैं यहाँ पे एक्सटेंड नहीं करती, आई एक्सटेंड. फॉर एग्जांपल ये मॉलिक्यूल इतना लंबा था यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक. नाउ बिकॉज ऑफ द सेकेंडरी स्ट्रक्चर ये थोड़ा सा ऐसे ऐसे बन गया. ओके, सो वी जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड एक बड़ा सा मॉलिक्यूल, ओके, एक बड़ा सा मॉलिक्यूल हैज गॉट कंडेंस्ड. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज द टर्शियरी स्ट्रक्चर. नेक्स्ट इज द टर्शियरी स्ट्रक्चर. जस्ट वन मोर लाइन over here. In this alpha helix, okay, in DNA we saw that there is right-handed coiling as well as left-handed coiling, but in proteins you will always have a right-handed coiling. Okay, you will always have a right-handed coiling. ठीक है. Next, in tertiary structure what happens is, ये जो molecule है अब ये पास में आ गया है, so it will still find atoms which are coming closer and closer. Okay, and at a point it would become like a more globular structure, और ज़्यादा atoms के बीच में, atoms of different amino acids, we have nitrogen over there, we have oxygen over there, and we have ample hydrogen, and we know that nitrogen and hydrogen can form a bond, oxygen and hydrogen can form a bond. What are these bonds called? Weak covalent bonds. What are these weak covalent bonds between hydrogen, which is a positive atom, and oxygen and nitrogen, which are negative atoms, called?
Hydrogen bond.
Very good. Okay, these are called hydrogen bonds. Okay, so again over here also we would have hydrogen bonds, here also we have hydrogen bonds, and then we have a lot of intermolecular force of attraction, we have disulfide bridges. Okay, so all these forces will act, and then you will have a globular structure like a ball, okay, which is called as a tertiary structure. And then finally we have a quaternary structure. Okay, just to give you an example, okay, for example, this was the primary structure, ये प्लीट हो गया. ओके, थोड़े पोर्शंस प्लीट हो गए, थोड़े पोर्शंस हेलिक्स बन गए ऐसे. नेक्स्ट, ओके, अब टर्शियरी स्ट्रक्चर में क्या हो जाता है, they'll all come together like this, okay, and they'll form a globular structure. Okay, they form a globular structure. अब यहाँ पे I want you all to notice one thing which is very important in enzymes, तो मैं वहाँ पे नहीं बताऊंगी आपको. Okay. Okay, so when a globular structure is formed, कि जब एक ग्लोब्यूलर स्ट्रक्चर ऐसे बनता है, तो यू नोटिस यहाँ पे ना एक एक डिप्रेशन जैसा बन गया है ना, एक खड्डा या गड्ढा जैसा बन गया है. यहाँ पे एक बन गया है, यहाँ पे एक बन गया है ना, फिर यहाँ पे एक बन गया है. ओके, सो व्हेन दे फॉर्म ग्लोब्यूलर स्ट्रक्चर्स लाइक दिस, ओके, इन द टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर, you know, some kind of crevices or pockets are being created. Okay, these are called as crevices or pockets, okay, which have been created, and they can serve. मैंने बोला can, ऐसा नहीं कि हर एक crevice will serve. Okay, some of them can serve as active sites for substrates. Okay, they can serve as active sites for substrates. Okay, and this is with respect to enzymes, when the enzymes are proteins. Okay, next. Okay, I have to explain to you what is quaternary. So right now I have two polypeptides over here. So these two polypeptides, okay, मैंने सिर्फ दो ही दिखाया, but you can have two or more polypeptides together. Okay, when two or more polypeptides together, they come and they join each other. Okay, again by means of different bonds, that is going to form a quaternary structure. Okay, अगर मैं इन दोनों को छोड़ देती हूँ, you just understand how big they become, है ना. But दोनों का tertiary structure आया है और ऐसे एक structure बन गया. So this is the quaternary structure. So in quaternary structure,
Ma'am, and one globular structure is not quaternary structure.
no beta, that is a tertiary structure.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so when you have more than two or more polypeptides, okay, when they are present together, okay, they will form, okay, together they will form quaternary structure. So you will have one of this, okay, one of this, and then you have one of this, okay, and then maybe you have one of this, another this. Okay, two or more polypeptides together will form a quaternary structure. Okay, now in our textbooks, okay, please note that they've given us example of human hemoglobin. Okay, please note that they've given us example of human hemoglobin. मिला सबको human hemoglobin? It is on page number 150. Okay, so ये भी learn करना important है. Okay, hemoglobin, okay, has two alpha subunits, it has two beta subunits. Anybody remembers alpha subunit is synthesized, okay, alpha subunit matlab alpha polypeptide, okay, alpha polypeptide is this gene, okay, is present on which chromosome? Alpha gene for hemoglobin is present on which chromosome?
Chromosome 16.
Very good, chromosome 16. Okay, and beta polypeptide, okay, that
Chromosome
gene is
11.
it is present on chromosome number 11. Okay, so there are two alpha subunits and there are two beta subunits. alpha subunit is made up of 141 amino acid. मतलब total 2 है तो 141 plus 141. And then over here 2 beta subunits. One beta subunit is made up of 146 amino acids. So 146 plus 146. So we consider hemoglobin consists of 141 plus 141 plus 146 plus 146, okay, amino acids. So just imagine what a big molecule it is. है ना? कितनी amino acids है उसके अंदर. Isn't it or no? It is how much, what is the total coming to? 534? Yes, is it 534? Yes or no?
574.
574 आ रहा है. ठीक है. Okay. 574, correct. Okay. So 574 amino acids in one hemoglobin molecule. Okay. And in your one RBC, what is the size of your RBC? What is the size of your RBC?
nanometer.
Huh?
20 nanometer. 15 nanometer.
15 nanometer ribosome.
7.
7 what?
7 micrometer in diameter.
Micrometer.
7 microns. है ना? 7 microns. कितना छोटा सा साइज है उस आरबीसी का. ओके, और उसके अंदर उस एक आरबीसी के अंदर, ओके, वन आरबीसी विल कंटेन 1 lakh molecules of hemoglobin. So just imagine, okay, how important are this kind of foldings and twistings, okay, which is because of the different bonds that are formed between the different atoms of this molecule. Okay, अगर ये foldings नहीं होते, okay, ये bond formations नहीं होते, molecules have just been so large, okay, और आज की डेट में इतनी minute microscopic packing जो हुई है वो नहीं. Okay, समझ में आ रहा है आप लोगों को ये structure? ये स्टूडेंट समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
चलो जल्दी से कॉपी कर लीजिए एंड वी विल टेक अप द डायनामिक स्टेट. Please, you all, start reading by yourselves also. Okay. Please make a timetable in such a manner that you're studying what is taught in the class. You have time for your next subject. Okay. Exams जो हो रहे हैं उसके लिए अलग से time है. And then you are revising your backlogs. Okay. Done, students? Copied?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is one more part, okay. In a primary structure, okay, the amino acid 1, okay, is represented at the left side or the left end, and the last amino acid, here I've taken the number 99, okay, last amino acid, okay, it will have the carboxylic acid, okay, so that's called as the right end. And, okay, over here we're going to have the nitrogen group, that is amine group, So it is called as N-terminal. And since over here we're going to have the carboxylic acid group, it's called as the C-terminal. So we're starting with 9.9. Okay. Just for you all to know, okay, we have completed with everything up till 9.8. Okay. And I can just spare you this 2 minutes time. Okay. Yes, Rohini. Human hemoglobin consists of 4 subunits. Okay. Next. I'm just giving you 2 minutes time. Okay. Except for the new students who are there with me for biomolecules, just see till 9.9, 9.8 तक सब कुछ clear है या नहीं? Yes. Now I need to go and cook rice. बस मैं चावल ले लूंगी और वो पक जाएगा? नहीं पकेगा, है ना? If I just simply take the rice and if I just keep it in one vessel, if I keep it, मैं यहाँ पे 1 घंटा उसको रखती हूँ, okay, टेबल के ऊपर, will it be cooked? No, it will not be cooked. Even if I keep it on the gas, it will not be cooked. That's because I will need the heat to cook it. Okay, so I will require some form of energy. So in the similar manner, all the reactions that are occurring in our body will require energy, and the currency of energy is ATP, which we have already discussed. And next, okay, besides requiring ATP, okay, वो जो गैस है ना जिसके ऊपर राइस कुक हो रहा है, okay, वो हीट के पास जाओगे, it's so much. So are you इतनी हीट आप में होती है? नहीं होती. So every chemical reaction that is occurring inside our body, okay, we cannot provide that amount of energy, that amount of heat. Yeah? So we have substances in our body which bring down the activation energy. I know you all know what is activation energy. Okay. So for any conversions, there is something called as activation energy. You know? So there are molecules present inside our body, okay, which bring down or lower down the activation energy so that the transitions from substrate A to product B is easy. And those molecules are called as enzymes. Okay. So these are two important things that all the living systems have. Okay. One is ATP, source of energy, and second is the enzymes which lower the activation energy. Okay, यही है आपके उस topic में, that is dynamic state of body constituents, which is 9.9. Okay, and 9.10 is metabolic basis for living. Okay, let's check the time. We are timed out. Okay, so we stop till here.